morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. Grab your cup. Let's get settled in. And today we are going to talk about breaking free from negative thoughts. Okay, so let us talk about breaking free from negative thoughts. We all have negative thoughts, right? They can kind of creep in. They may be unexpected. Sometimes they pop in. Sometimes you're sitting with them. You're obsessing about them. But the negative thoughts could be worry, fear, anxiety, depression. Maybe you're worried about what someone thinks of you. Fear of losing your job, your home, your stability. Fear of someone not being interested in you, not reciprocating feelings. Fear of not being good enough, those negative thoughts that come with it. The negative thoughts can absolutely kind of take over if you allow them, okay? It can absolutely smother you if you allow them. So what can we do to break free from the negative thoughts? Couple things here, right? Because it's easy to say, oh, just think positive thoughts. I have to tell you, if you have ever gone through negative thoughts and they really start to get to you, you will see it's not easy just to turn that frown upside down. The negative thoughts can become so obsessive that it's all you can think about, okay? However, there are some steps and tools that we can use and take to just help us break free. Let's say the negative thoughts come in. We have to kind of say with that, why am I giving it validity? Why am I validating the negative thought? It could be that deep inside, that's a fear you have, and therefore that negative thought is validating that fear. Do you see what I mean? So what happens is we have to really work on that self-esteem, that self-confidence, that self-worth, because then the negative thought really isn't going to come into play. Then it's also looking at it, is that negative thought have basis in it? Does it truly have a basis, or is it really my fear acting out? Is it my fear? Am I giving my fear that voice? And so once we start to break that down and look at it, we can then start to put that negative thought in its place in the corner. Now, the negative thought isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't add value to your life. It doesn't make you work harder. It doesn't make you more confident. In fact, it has the adverse reaction. It has the exact opposite, where it will bring you down. It will make you less confident. And the more you give it credit, the more you give it validation, then the more energy you're giving it, and you'll manifest that negative thought, right? So we do have to be aware and conscientious about our thoughts. So one thing to do is really start writing down positive thoughts. Write down things you do feel good about. Write down the things you do feel confident about. Rather than focusing on negative thoughts and the negative feelings, work on what you do know to be positive. So, for instance, I'm short, right? And I could focus on being short. I always wish I was 5'9". I'm not. However, instead of focusing on being taller, which isn't going to happen, or having a negative thought of being shorter and feeling difficult wearing things, I really focus on at least I'm proportionate, right? That's the positive thought. I feel like at least I'm proportionate. It could be worse, right? Or whatever it is for you, right? Whatever it is for you. It's like sometimes it could be something about your personality or your skill set, or maybe you're trying to go for something, that change. And so what it is really reframing your thoughts, reframing that mindset to focus more on the positive and to not give the energy to the negative thoughts, not giving energy to those negative thoughts, not giving power to them. Because the more you kind of take away the power, they really won't have that grip on you. Let's talk about depression and anxiety. Now, I am certainly no doctor, but, I am a person. We are all people, and we all experience the anxiety and depression, whether it's clinical or medicated or not. We all experience emotions, those ups, those downs, those peaks, those valleys. And I know that some days it's going to be harder than others to feel motivated, to feel inspired, to feel optimistic, to feel positive. So what can we do on those days? On those days, it's giving yourself the love you deserve. So rather than saying, I need to be more positive, or I need to be more active, I need to be grateful, rather than doing all of that, just give yourself some self-love, because you deserve self-love every day. And by giving yourself the self-love, you will automatically start to raise your vibration. You will automatically start to shift how you feel. And when you do that, that's just going to help take those steps forward to help you feel better. That self-love, I think, is really, really important. And remember, when we do experience some negative feelings, some of those are meant to shift us to the next vibration, right? You're shifting up. Your team is working on you to shift that vibration. Therefore, they need to purge what you're holding on to. They need to purge the level that you're at. Get rid of it. Get rid of those feelings and emotions to kind of release and then set that new vibration. So a lot of times as we go through these shifts, it's actually a positive change, even though it may not feel like it in that moment. But also knowing that things always get better. They really, really do. It's just that if we get swallowed up and so focused and so obsessed about the moment we are experiencing, we will think that that's all there is. We will give it so much energy and so much power that we will make it our entire universe rather than a speck of time within our universe. And so it's really about that placement and knowing that placement. So allowing yourself that self-love and that self-care, focusing on what you do know to be positive about the situation or the experience. What is there to be positive about? And again, even if you don't see it in the moment, all right? So sometimes we don't see it in the moment. Especially, let's say you're breaking up with someone, or they broke up with you, or whatever the case may be. You know, that can be so difficult because you may feel that person was your whole world and they were your one, and why is this not working out? And, you know, you may feel really lost, but you may not be realizing that the universe is pulling them out because they are not the one, and that the one who does come in is going to be so much more in alignment and so much more enriching. And yet we don't see that yet. We don't realize that yet. The job that you get fired from, if you put all your self-worth into that position or into that moment, okay, you may not realize that the best opportunity for you is yet to come and is yet to be there. It is through that courage and taking chances that allow us an opportunity to feel more, explore more, and experience more. You're here to experience. So we can't always experience only the good. We have to experience what we perceive to be the bad as well, because within the bad are the blessings. Within the bad are the lessons. Within the bad is our growth and our self-worth. So when you can shine, even though it feels dark, you're going to allow an opportunity for more to come to you. And it's about having that faith. It's being positive in even those darkest moments. So giving yourself the space you need, the understanding you need, but also being able to dust yourself off, even if you're having those negative thoughts and feelings. It's also being strong through those moments, because again, it would be easier to kind of cave in and to give up than it would be to move forward. There's people who have been through so much loss. You know, I've spoken to people and they've been through unbelievable tragedy and trauma, more than many of us could ever experience, right? And yet they smile and they help others and they look forward to each day. And that is just understanding that, you know, our moments and our experiences do not define us, all right? You may have something negative that happens, and I'm sorry that it happens, but it also will help you grow. You'll learn, and you also figure out who you are through the process and realize that you are worth that love and that light. And never settle, right? I think a lot of times we're programmed to settle. We're programmed that this is the best it's going to be, so stop asking questions. Don't ever stop asking questions. Don't ever stop growing and learning, okay? Allow yourself to push the envelope. Allow yourself to say, is there more than this? And allow yourself to indulge in the idea of expanding and growing and soaring, because that's when you're living. Even if you don't have all the answers, and even if it's not always feeling perfectly wonderful at every moment, it's having that strength and that belief system that it will get better and that there's more there for you. And that once we push through and have that courage and expand, it comes into play. Most importantly, I feel like it's taking time, though, to tune into yourself. What brings you in alignment? And we get confused about that. We absolutely do. We look at our neighbors and our friends. We look at our peers. We look at our family. We look at our coworkers. And we somehow place ourselves up against them. You know, keeping up with the Joneses, a lot of us have heard, right? But we compare ourselves. If you compare yourself, you know, and then you're looking that you're behind, or you're not doing good enough, or you're not as talented, or not as happy. You know, this is your experience. So let go of comparing yourself to someone else's experience and look at your own journey and say, how can I make this the best journey for myself? How can I make this my best experience ever? And listen to that and follow that, and then you're going to find you're in alignment with it. So when you look at what you need, right? What does your soul need to feel in alignment, to feel joyful, and to feel successful for whatever that is for you? That's your game plan, okay? That's the blueprint that you live by. You don't live by the blueprint of a neighbor, of a friend, of a coworker. You live by your blueprint. And then your blueprint is your basis. And then as you go by that, then everything you do that locks in and checks in with your soul and your blueprint is going to bring that joy, is going to bring that fulfillment. So it just is different for everybody. That's why we can't just say, hey, we're all on the same path, because we actually have different paths. We're on the path of growing. We're on the path of learning. We are on the path of soul evolution, of soul growth, of fulfillment. But each of us has our own path and our own journey. So honor your path, honor your journey, and honor it with pride. And take the negative feelings you feel and break them down. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from a belief system, something you were told, from a peer, from your own fears? Are they coming from something deep within? So allow yourself an opportunity to get back into alignment with yourself and your soul, to release anything that you are feeling that feels that negative vibration, okay? Give yourself that self-love you deserve, and take whatever is negative, and instead of looking at what's negative, you know, and giving it that energy, just look to say, hey, what could be positive about this? Or what is positive in my life at this moment? Or what do I feel positive about? Let's say you're in an argument with a friend, right? Or somehow something went sideways, which can always happen. But if you spoke your truth, then maybe that's that positive silver lining. Hey, listen, I really don't like this, but I really feel glad that I spoke my truth. And I'm not going to back down from my truth, right? Because your truth is going to be your blueprint. Your truth is going to be in alignment. And sometimes people leave us, or we leave them, or situations, whatever the case may be for you. It's about you and your journey, okay? But I have literally seen people with terminal disease dying, and yet they're the happiest people on the planet, because they're choosing to be fulfilled. They're choosing to be happy. They're choosing to self-love and have self-worth, even in times where we feel it would be their darkest, right? So anyhow, that is your talk for today. Couple things coming up. This Thursday night is a date night, so please be sure to join me. I'm excited to hang out and talk with you. We have Expanding Your Evidence workshop coming up Sunday the 18th, though that's in the morning. It's just a couple-hour workshop where we get to dive in deeper to the evidence. I have the Spiritual Business Mentoring coming up, so all my peeps out there that are looking to build your spiritual business, come dive in and join us August 5th. This is really going to help you. And of course, I have the event with Lauren Rainbow Wednesday, August 4th that I am beyond excited about. We're going to teach you about signs and symbols, and then we are going to be delivering messages from your loved ones on the other side. So all of that is on my website. You can always email info@ColbyRebel if you can't find it. But, first and foremost, more than anything, remember everyone, shine your light and shine it bright. Lots of love, everybody. And thank you guys so much for the beautiful compliments. It's very sweet and kind of you. And yes, it's brand new nail polish. So thank you. All right, everybody. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye, everyone.